Hello, and thank you for tuning in to B News. I have recently received insight on the United States' decision to enter the war. On April 2nd, 1917, President Woodrow Wilson went before a joint session of Congress members to request the declaration of war against Germany. Wilson cited Germany's violation of its pledge to suspend unrestricted submarine warfare in North Atlantic and Mediterranean, as well as its attempt to entice Mexico into an alliance against the U.S. as its reason for declaring war. On April 4, 1917, the U.S. Senate voted in support of the measure to declare war on Germany. Germany's submarine attacks on passengers and merchant ships in 1917 became the main reason behind Wilson's decision to lead the United States into World War I. Following the sinking of the unarmed French boat, the Sussex, in the English Channel in March 1916, Wilson threatened to severe diplomatic relations with Germany unless the German government refrained from attacking all passenger ships without a warning beforehand. On May 4, 1916, the German government accepted these terms and conditions in what became to be known as the Sussex Pledge. On January 19, 1917, British naval intelligence intercepted and decrypted a telegram sent in Mexico City. The Zimmerman telegram promised the Mexican government that Germany would help Mexico recover the territory it ceded to the United States following the Mexican-American War. In return for this assistance, Germany asked for Mexican support in the war. However, by 1917, they continued submarine attacks on U.S. merchant ships and passenger ships, and the Zimmerman telegrams implied threat of a German attack on the United States, swayed the U.S. public opinion in support of declaration of war. These are all reasons contributed to President Wilson's decision to ask government for a declaration of war against Germany. They also encouraged Congress to grant Wilson's request and formally declare war on Germany. Now we will hear from
Hello everyone, this is India Lee reporting live. I know you have been wondering what our country's role is since we have entered the Great War. The word is that America has not officially joined the Allies because we want to remain an independent power. An insider has also told me that America only supplies the Allies with raw materials, troops, and money. Wait, I'm receiving more information. In the meantime, we'll report back to Brandon.
Thanks, India. There are many new technological innovations during this time. Many of these things are new to the war and will help all the countries in their war efforts. Tanks are taking the world by storm and are adding a whole new form of attack. These armored vehicles are almost impenetrable. Flamethrowers and poison gas are also new on the battlefield. They both are used to clear trenches and are both made scientifically. Last but not least are planes. These allow armies to scout other groups and add a whole new strategic level to
Hello, I am back to report on mobilization. One major effect of mobilization was the 1917 selective draft. Weeks after the United States formally entered World War I, the U.S. Congress passed the Selective Service Act on May 18, 1917, giving the U.S. President the power to draft soldiers. Despite Wilson's effort to improve military preparedness over the course of 1916, at the time of Congress's war declaration, the U.S. had only a small army of volunteers, some 100,000 men, that were in no way trained or equipped for the kind of fighting that was going on in Europe. To solve this situation, Wilson pushed the government to adopt military conscription, which he argued was the most democratic form of enlistment. The act required all men in the U.S. between the ages of 21 and 30 to register for military services. Within a few months, some 10 million men across the country had registered in response to the military draft. The first troops of the American Expeditionary Force, or the AEF, under Commander-in-Chief General John J. Pershing, began arriving on the European continent in June 1917. The majority of the new conscriptions still needed to be mobilized, transported, and trained, however, and the AEF did not begin to play an important role in the fighting in France until nearly a year later. In November 1918, some 24 million men had registered under the Selective Service Act. Of the almost 4.8 million Americans who eventually served in the war, some 2.8 million had been drafted. Now we will report back to India.
Hello, I'm here with Deshaun Ishman to talk about the American home front during the war. How are you, Deshaun?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm great. How was the things been for you during this time and also other women? And have there been any drastic changes in the American way of life?
Many things have changed for America since we entered the war. One major thing is women's roles. Before, they were just working in their houses and managing their family, and now they take the roles of men, working in factories and joining the Red Cross to help soldiers on the home front. So far, it's been a plus for women in gaining their independence and helping people respect them.
How has this affected African Americans and immigrants?
Many Americans have moved from rural South to the urban North. They have attained more jobs than they have ever had. Some African Americans have jobs in the military. On the other hand, things have not been very well for immigrants, especially those from Germany and Austria-Hungary. Their whole way of life have been taken away from them, The German language is no longer being taught in schools. They have lost their jobs. Their towns have been removed, and so much more.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, Deshaun, but it seems as we are running out of time. Thank you for allowing me to interview you.
No problem, India.
Hello, America. I have some information you have all been waiting for. The war is finally over. With the signing of the Treaty of Versailles, the war has officially ended. On the day June 28, 1919, the Allied powers, and with little participation, Germany has agreed to repair the damage they have caused in World War I. Have a great day, America. Signing off, Brandon Houston.
B.
Brandon.
E. India. E. Aaron.
D.
Deshaun.
B.